We were in Chiang Mai on a research trip and we met a girl who was being trafficked, and we thought we could help her because we knew about different safe houses, but actually none of the safe houses would take her. Some wouldn't take her because she hadn't been sold yet, and others wouldn't take her because she was undocumented. She was born to migrant parents, but stateless. We wanted to create opportunities and safe ways to make money for girls who are actually the most vulnerable in society. So we thought we could open a place that has safe housing, employment, education opportunities for girls who are at risk like that. And we think it's really important to focus on prevention.
So human trafficking happens in all countries of the world. In the Western media in the US, often we see it in the movies or in the news as something that feels very distant. It feels like it's only a problem in developing countries or only a problem in Southeast Asia. When really the factors that impact if you're at risk of trafficking are lack of access to education, lack of familial support, people who are struggling, like coming out of the foster care system in the US, for example. All of these make you very vulnerable to trafficking, especially any country in the world that has immigrants and people who have potentially undocumented status or are sort of migrating to another country to seek a better life. If you don't have proper documentation in the country, you're at risk because you're terrified to go to the authorities if anything should happen to you. You can't work legally. You often don't have access to education or support systems that legal residents do. And so, in the US, it's the same. So anytime that you have a country where people are coming as immigrants, as refugees, as migrants, that those are the most vulnerable people. And then within those populations, obviously, the women and the younger people are the most vulnerable within that community. I think one of the most amazing changes that we see both in our scholarship program and in also the women who work with us at Child Orchid is that as they come into a supportive environment, they gain confidence and sort of come out of their shell and they feel like they can be more themselves. And also that we've had many students and staff here say to us that we were the first people that actually believed in them and that allowed them to believe in themselves. And you have that one spark where all of a sudden they know that they can do it and they're capable of anything and achieving any dreams that they have. And they just needed, one community, one person, one opportunity to be able to realize that dream and to know that they can make their future whatever they want it to be.
And there's also something beautiful about the community. I feel like when the girls know each other and they know their stories, they can really clearly see that they are not what happened to them. I think it's really hopeful how resilient the human spirit is. I think it's amazing how women can survive such difficult things and still be full of love and hope and kindness and compassion.
And that when we have our community of women together, that they share their stories and realize that they've all been through very difficult things and then are able to support each other. And so the resilience sort of builds.
And for some women, they've actually taken the traumatic things that have happened to them and it's really driven them to give back to the community and to help others.
So I think anyone can take small action in their own community. There's so many organizations doing such amazing work. We started out being very young and volunteering for a few organizations in New York. One was based in Cambodia. There was an anti-trafficking organization, and another one was a women's empowerment organization in Nepal. They would have events in New York, and we just wanted to help in any way that we could. So we would bartend and help them clean up after events and help them with fundraisers. And so, that experience snowballed where we got more and more involved. We're using our skills. Alexa's a brilliant photographer, so she was photographing things for the nonprofits. And then eventually we decided we wanted to start our own project. So anyone, it doesn't matter how many resources that you have, or even really your sort of professional skill set. If you have the passion and the interest to help, you can start by just helping and supporting a local organization and then have that grow into something larger.